O'Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News for Wednesday, July 24, 2024. Stand up for your country. See this pen? See this paper? This is what you need when you watch the No Spin News. I have so much information for you tonight, and we really took our time assembling it, and it's rock solid. So if you're going to debate with your friends the upcoming presidential race, Trump and Harris, you need to be armed, right? And I'm going to do that for the next 4 months, but we're going to begin with Kamala Harris. Now, it's just been 3 days since Joe Biden said he's not going to go for re-election. He will give a speech tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. I will be on NewsNation after that speech, giving you my analysis. We will also drop that on BillO'Reilly.com, so you'll be able to see it. So we're on that case. And I hope you read today's message on BillO'Reilly.com, St. Joan of Kamala, all right? Because it's already started. It's not hard to predict this stuff, but I think you'll get a kick out of the message. But the most important question tonight is a very simple one because I, as you know, am a simple man. Is Vice President Harris a socialist? This is a question. That is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. So what is socialism? Well, simply put, the governmental ownership and administration of the means of production and distribution of goods, that means salaries too, in a country. The government pretty much controls everything. It's a freedom play. So right now we have a lot of freedom in the USA. We have freedom to succeed or to fail. Socialism would take much of that away. So if you fail, the government would give you stuff. And if you succeed, the government will take stuff away from you. That's socialism. Never worked anywhere in the world, by the way. But Kamala Harris seems to be on that track. So let me back it up. Bernie Sanders is the only outward socialist in Congress, and he's proud of it. Sanders is really a communist. He honeymooned in Russia. Who honeymoons in Russia? Putin doesn't even honeymoon in Russia. All right? And there have been very, very few socialists that have been successful in the U.S. government. Perhaps the most successful is a man named Eugene Debs, D-E-B-S, in 1920. There's Eugene. Okay, now he was a communist, Eugene. He's an interesting guy if you want to look him up. Kamala Harris isn't Eugene Debs. Kamala Harris, I debated this with Hannity today on his radio program, and he says she's a Marxist. Listen, trust me. Vice President Harris has never read Marx and Engels. She doesn't know anything about the history of totalitarianism, surrounded by communism, doesn't know about the Russian Revolution. She's not interested in that. What she's interested in is amassing power, and she feels the easiest way to do that is to be a socialist. Give people stuff and then take from the wealthy. That's what she's going to do. So in 2019, and this proves my point, Kamala Harris was voted the most liberal member of the Senate by GovTrack US. GovTrack US catalogs all the votes, the individual votes. So Harris beat out Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, and they were furious. Well, what did we do wrong? We should have been the most liberal. But Harris is the most liberal. Okay? And then she became vice president. So Biden picks the most liberal senator to be his VP. Because the progressives ran a party. Okay. So while in the Senate, Kamala Harris didn't really do much. Okay? We went over this a little bit yesterday. She was involved with 164 pieces of legislation in 4 years, but she wasn't driving it. She was just signed her name to it and stuff like this. All right? None of them became law. Shut out completely across the board. So she really didn't do anything. Same thing with Barack Obama. Barack Obama didn't have a distinguished record in the Senate, but he got elected president. So I don't know if that's going to be anything. While in the Senate, however, Kamala Harris went on the record with a lot of things that she wants, that she supports. Let's run them down. Guaranteed income paid by the federal government. Free money. All right? $6,000 for married couples. That was back then. Probably about $12,000 now with all the inflation, right? So the government, if you earn below a certain amount, they give you free money. Here, here's a check. Okay. That's beyond welfare. That's different. This is guaranteed income money on top of welfare and food stamps and all that. She supports the federal government paying for college education. Not just public education, private colleges, tuition. If your family earns below a certain amount of money, and it's a lot of money, it's like $125,000. She wants the government to pick up the tab. Child care, okay? Government picks up the tab. Health care, government runs it, picks up the tab, all right? When a baby is born, caregivers, because we don't believe in marriage or parents anymore, caregivers get up to 6 months of paid time off, okay? So that would bankrupt most companies right there, all right? But she doesn't want companies. She wants the government to run all the private enterprises. And then there is the Bernie Sanders Medicare for All Act of 2019. I love this. So Bernie, he wants the government to control healthcare. He doesn't want any private insurance companies, healthcare companies. So wipe them off the face of the earth. Kamala co-sponsors that bill. Here's what the bill says, quote, every individual as a resident of the United States will be entitled to benefits for comprehensive health care services, will get a Medicare for All card they can use to receive health care they need. And that includes abortion service, that includes birth control, everything. And not only every resident, but Kamala has upped it to everyone in the United States, not just resident. Now, it's every foreign national that snuck in here gets it too. Everybody gets the card. Now, that puts private health insurance companies out of business. If you're very wealthy, you could hire a private doctor, of course. But done. Now, if you want to compare, you go to Canada, and if you need a knee replacement in Canada, maybe a year and a half you wait, maybe longer. So the Canadians come here, and they pay for it out of their pocket. Because they're in pain, they got a bad knee, and they can't get it up there. England, the same thing. Every kind of government with socialistic medicine, you have no rights at all. None. You wait there, you do what you're told. Kamala wants it. Okay. Now, that act, by the way, the Medicare Act 2019, that failed. Nobody's going to do that. That's so crazy. But now it's not so crazy because things have changed. Kamala Harris wants to control rent. So if you own a building or a house, you rent it out, she's going to tell you how much you can get. All right? She has not called for a wealth tax. That's the only socialistic thing she hasn't done. But she wants 70, 80% top tax rate. So anyway, look, I told Hannity on a radio show today, he's running down a litany of stuff that Kamala Harris did in San Francisco and California and all. Okay, fine. You want to do that. But most people aren't going to pay attention to that unless they're zealots. What they will pay attention to is personal freedom. And that's really what you're voting about in November. So the left says, well, if Trump gets elected, he's going to be a dictator. He's going to take away the Constitution. You heard it all. All right. And some people buy it. But if Kamala Harris gets elected president, by executive order alone, she'll try to impose a socialistic system on America. And that means that your personal freedom, from how much money you earn to whether you can have a gun, to what kind of car you drive, to what kind of food you eat, Kamala Harris wants the government to control it. That's what she wants. So if the Trump campaign figures this out, they run on that. She's a socialist. Again, she'll deny being a socialist, but everything I just told you for the last 9 minutes and 29 seconds is fact. You can't deny it. So the question then becomes, why does the media, the corporations, which are going to get hammered, why do they support a socialist like Kamala Harris? Because they hate Donald Trump. They think he's worse. And a lot of these CEOs, these corporations, aren't the smartest people in the world. They really don't know. You think George Clooney is a genius? Trust me, I know the man. He's not. Okay? All right, now on abortion, this is another thing. Kamala Harris is probably the most extreme politician ever elected to public office in America on abortion. Just this year, she was out in Arizona, and here's what she said. Go.
Let us all agree. Let us all agree. One does not have to abandon their faith or deeply held beliefs to agree the government should not be telling her what to do with her body.
So you don't have to abandon your faith or your religious beliefs if you support Kamala Harris's vision of abortion up to birth. Is that what you believe? So 5 minutes before a baby is to be brought into the world, under Kamala Harris's vision, a doctor could go in with a scalpel or an instrument, drill a hole into the baby's head, and kill it. And it would be legal in the United States. It is legal right now in California, her home state, in New York, Massachusetts, Illinois, and a number of other states. 5 minutes before. So this is what Kamala Harris said, and she's telling Americans, no, you know, it's not going to affect your faith. Yeah, it is. Okay, that's wrong. That's morally wrong. That's murder. Late-term abortion. Unless the mother is going to die or be severely impacted, all right, or the baby is on the cusp of death inside the womb. If you're just doing an elective procedure, killing that unborn child in a short time before its birth, murder. There's only 3 countries in the world that allow that, okay? So there are 195 countries in the world. The communist countries, you can kill any baby, anytime, any place. They don't care. All right? Doesn't matter to them. But there are only three non-communist countries that allow late-term abortion for any reason at any time. They are Canada, Singapore, and the Netherlands. So 195 countries, all right, and 3 allow this. It's so barbaric, I can't even describe it with words. Okay. Now, if you criticize Kamala Harris for any of the things I've just told you, you're a racist. CNN, and I knew they were going to do it. It's just been 3 days. And here they come with the R word. Roll the tape.
But let me just say this. That is what we're talking about. There is a way to attack her record on policy without calling her a name. Incompetent is an unflattering name. And when people do that to black women, that is what Van is talking about. You might not agree, but as a black woman, let me tell you how we hear it.
Okay, so if you say that Kamala Harris has been incompetent on border policy, you're a racist. You're attacking a black woman. According to Ashley Allison, CNN. Okay. CNN again. This is Congressman Maxwell Frost from Florida on the DEI allegation. Go.
This is a right-wing campaign that's going to be racist, misogynistic against the vice president, but we're going to stand on the issues and what really matters. It's the fact that she is qualified.
She is qualified for what? What's she qualified for? Prove it. Give me a fact that says she's qualified to be president of the United States. Border? Forget it, right? All the things that she has promoted in the past, they're socialist. Abortion? Are you kidding? Kamala Harris even opposed the assassination of Soleimani, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard leader that I write about in Killing the Killers. She opposed that. After he was waxed by the Trump administration, okay, she said, oh, no, we can't do that. She criticized Israel, okay? Netanyahu talked today. a lot of the right-wing commentators are criticizing Harris for not meeting with Netanyahu today or not attending his speech. She had a commitment in Indianapolis, and she's going to meet with Netanyahu tomorrow, I understand. So that's bogus. Keep your eye on the ball. Okay, don't deviate out. Okay, so you can see how this is all developing now. They're going to build an iron dome around St. Joan of Kamala, an iron dome. And all the criticism missiles coming in be deflected by the media. So now you can't do that, you're racist. I hope somebody tries that with me. I hope they do. Okay? Because I do a lot of other radio and television shows and things like that. I hope they try that with me. I'm ready to rumble, as they say. You work hard to support yourself and your family, but it may seem like you never take that next financial step forward. If the bills are higher than what you bring in, a credit card might be what's making up the difference for you. The problem is the debt keeps on growing. Well, if you own a home, my friends at American Financing can help you break that cycle. American Financing saves people like you an average of $854 a month. Even better, it costs nothing to find out how much you can save. And if you call American Financing today, you might be able to delay 2 mortgage payments. So start your journey towards being credit card debt-free. Please call 888-462-9557, 888-462-9557, or visit AmericanFinancing.net. Let's go to the mail. We have William. I am looking forward, William says, to your analysis, O'Reilly, of the polls showing a dead heat between Kamala and Trump. Now, I'm not going to do that. We're trying to get 2 pollsters for next week because we think there's going to be between now, Wednesday, and next Tuesday, bunch of polls. But it's all emotion now. The big polling is going to start after the first debate. And I don't even know if that September 10th debate is going to happen on ABC. Because Trump doesn't trust ABC. I don't know what Kamala Harris is going to do. I think it's going to hold. But then after the first debate, that's when the polling is really going to matter. But we will analyze it. William, we're on it. Mitch Goose, Reno, Nevada. I assume you don't know O'Reilly, or you would have reported it. But do you think it's likely the Bidens are getting paid for Joe to drop out? Mitch, come on, man. There were deals, but they're not getting cash. Come on. Stuff is too easy to trace and track down. That's not how it goes. I am interested to know what Barack Obama wants for his endorsement of Kamala Harris. That's coming. But the reason it isn't here now or yet is because Mr. Obama wants something. Now, that's not nefarious. It's not. He may want a policy promise or, a one-way street into his library in Chicago. I don't know. But that's what's going on. That's how it works. Not cash. Menendez, yeah. Okay, but not that. William Bernstein, Norfolk, Virginia. With Kamala Harris now officially in the race, do you feel anything else will happen bad like the past few weeks? Can Kamala actually beat Trump? Yeah, she can beat him. I don't think she will at this point, but anything, it's a crazy country right now. I don't have a feeling like I had before. I think it's going to be Kamala and Trump. There's going to be obviously ups and downs, but I don't have any foreboding. But hey, I'm glad you asked that question. Michael Oberhaus, Wellsville, Missouri. Saw your interview on NewsNation with Leland Vittert. You said if Trump can keep from getting in the mud, he will win. I've read the United States of Trump, and I believe you know the man as well as anyone, so I'm asking you, can he stay out of the mud? He can. He's smart enough. But he likes the mud sometimes. Thinks it works for him. So I don't know. If I was his advisor, I'd just go policy, socialist, 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 socialist. And here's how it would affect you. Don't need to call her dumb as a rock. That doesn't matter. Jonathan, before we get 4 more years of Trump, what grade did he earn for his first term? We do not grade in confronting the presidents. We don't give grades. We don't rank. Okay? By the way, I wish I had $1 for every time you were right, O'Reilly. Well, you would have a nice RA if you put it in there. So, but in confronting the presidents, throw the book cover up there because it's coming up fast, September 10th. We want you to pre-order on BillO'Reilly.com or Amazon, Barnes & Noble, any of them. We don't rate them because the reporting, and this book is very well reported, is about whether they hurt or helped the country. Some of them did both. And I didn't want to get into the ranking game. All right? Now, I do say James Buchanan was the worst president and Biden's the second worst. And I back it up. And I do say Lincoln's the best, and I back it up. But the others, it's an ebb and it's a flow. Because I want to let you guys decide, too. I want you to participate in this. So, confronting the president's out September 10th. Gerald Brooks, Boynton Beach, Florida. Bill O'Reilly, you are right. These are historic times. I'm very grateful I'm a premium member to BillO'Reilly.com so I can get information analysis that only you deliver. Corporate media has made a Faustian pact to keep information from Americans. Their low ratings are a sign how the story will end. Yeah, I mean, you'd have to be a total dunderhead to believe that the corporate media is not deceiving you. It is. We don't. Simple as that. Michael Swanick, Boca Raton, Florida. Amazing coverage as always. Love the No Spin News. The head of the Secret Service has stepped down. Can she be sued in civil court? No. And the only reason she stepped down was they said, look, lady, if you don't get out of here, we're going to fire you. You won't get your pension. So she resigned. Should have happened the day after. I don't even think Biden knows about it. Myself. But you can't sue government officials after they leave office. Alan White, New Braunfels, Texas, in the Hill Country. Bill, you called it correctly on Biden leaving the race, Harris becoming the likely candidate, and Cheadle resigning a Secret Service job. Do you ever get tired of winning? No, I don't. A lot better than losing. Even when I played sports, I always won. I'm compelled. When I took over Fox News in 1996, Larry King was the highest rated cable person. I told my staff day one, this guy's going down. We're taking him out. Not literally, we're going to beat him in the ratings. My staff, I could see them, they going, oh yeah, yeah. Half of them didn't even know who I was. Okay? Ferociously competitive right here. Keith Walnick, Sun Lakes, Arizona, just subscribed to premium membership on BillO'Reilly.com after watching you on YouTube for a couple of years. You can now enjoy the full broadcast. I remember your interview with Barney Frank all those years ago. That was an impressive display. You know, I think I would have done a little bit differently now that I'm older. Barney got what he deserved. He was lying to my audience. That never is going to happen under my stewardship, ever. And I had to dress Barney down. But I called him some names. I shouldn't have done that. Google it. Let me know if I'm right or wrong. Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, name and town if you wish to opine. Love the mail, by the way. Thank you. Stephanie Bailey, Nashville, Tennessee. I'm looking forward to receiving Confronting the Presidents. Will you be adding an addendum to update Biden? No, because I did it pretty cleverly. Because I anticipated, Stephanie, something like this might happen. So instead of reportage straight, both Dugard and I wrote essays about both Trump and Biden. Okay? Essays about how we saw that. Now, Dugard, the co-author, he sees it differently than I do. But wait till you read those essays. Talk about perspicacious. Right here. Dugard, he's got some problems. I mock him on a daily basis because that's my phone. I'm sorry about that. I should have turned it off. I didn't turn it off. I'm old. Okay, once you go to BillO'Reilly.com, so I get our political memorabilia. I was looking at mine. I'm going to take some pictures and show you next week my political memorabilia. It's fabulous. These 4 mugs are going to be worth money. Cup of No Joe, okay? Not woke. Team Normal. Stand up for your country. Giving you a big break on the price you buy all 4. You can buy them separately. Then we have a leather-bound edition of Killing Pat, and this just came in. This is a beautiful book, and this is for somebody very special. If you have a birthday coming up or you want to buy ahead for Christmas, the leather-bound limited edition of Killing Patton, very, very special gift. So we hope you check that out. And that's it. Word of the day, one of my favorite words, Pecksniffian, Peckniffian. But you can't say don't be a Pecksniffian. That would be grammatically incorrect. It's don't be Pecksniffian. Excellent word. Back with the final thought in a moment. Have you ever been buried in debt, piles of overdue bills, threatening phone calls, and it just won't stop? Done with Debt is your way out. They have developed aggressive new strategies to end your debt permanently. Done with Debt tirelessly negotiates with your creditors to lower or even forgive what you owe. And they do it all without bankruptcy or new loans. Done with Debt has unique strategies to get you out of debt faster. But you need to hurry because some debt solutions are time sensitive. Visit donewithdebt.com and talk with one of their debt relief strategists for free. You have nothing to lose except your debt. Go to donewithdebt.com, donewithdebt.com. We're all getting the sense that we're being lied to, and that's because we are. Trust your gut. Get started now at my website, preparelikebill.com. Load up on a 3-month emergency food kit. And these kits from My Patriot Supply are packed with ready hour foods in the toughest packaging around. With more than 3 million families served, My Patriot Supply will help yours too. These kits provide more than 2,000 calories every day, last up to 25 years in storage, and you can save $200 per kit. So please visit preparelikebill.com to get as many kits as you think you need from My Patriot Supply. They ship very quickly, it's free, arrive in unmarked boxes. Orders made by 3 p.m. will ship out the same day. Again, save $200 per kit at preparelikebill.com. Okay, final thought of the day. As I mentioned, I think twice, I'm not going to bore you and be redundant, but NewsNation, right after Biden's speech, your humble correspondent will be there. We will post that on BillO'Reilly.com, some of it. We are off tomorrow. I got to give my staff a break. I mean, we're working like pack animals here. Okay, so we were on Sunday, and then August we're going to take a few days, but I'm not going to take a block, until after the convention. Take probably a week after the convention, but we're going to be here. Anything happens, we're on it, so you know that. I just want to tell you. Also, we are negotiating now my media for confronting the president. So I'm going to do a lot of shows. I'm not going to do them all, but I'm going to open this up. And you're going to find this interesting. I'm going to tell you how the television people responded to us, because there's a blackball in place. You never see conservative traditional authors on the network shows. So I'm going to find out why. And, look, I'm the best-selling nonfiction author in the world. I bring ratings. I mean, Jon Stewart last week with me, millions and millions and millions of people watch that. And that helps John. So if these people turn me down, I'm going to tell you who they are, what they say. We're going to make a big campaign out of this. I got to break that blackball. I'm going to break it. Okay, so we're doing that all out the summer. We're setting up our lineup. That should be really fascinating. Thank you very much for watching and listening to the No Spin News Sunday column. Don't forget about that. We'll have messages of the day, keep you up to date, and we'll see you again on Monday. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.